Hey y'all, today I'm going to show you how to make a very thick and creamy non-dairy yogurt. And it's going to start out with some cashews. Now these are raw cashews, they're not roasted, they're not salted. I'm using 3/4 of a cup and I'm going to soak them in some boiling water for about 30 minutes. You can soak your cashews overnight, but honey, I didn't plan that far in advance. Okay. So I'm just going to let the boiling water speed up the action for me. The other ingredient that I'm going to use for this is oats. Now, I am using glyphosate-free oats. Glyphosate is like Roundup. It's a very strong herbicide, and so I like to avoid it when I make oatmeal or just, use oatmeal in general. And so I am going to use 1 cup of these organic oats. And into my Vitamix, I'm going to put about 2.5 cups of water. You want to blend this until it's very, very smooth. Oats can kind of make somewhat of a gel, and so that's really what the oats are going to help do for our yogurt. Now, I am going to strain everything and get out all of the fibers because, of course, we don't want to eat that. Now, how thick you make your yogurt, one thing you can do is change up how much water you add. I'm adding about 2.5 cups of water here. But if you want your yogurt to be thinner than my final result, something you can do is add about 3/4 of a cup more water. I'm going to strain out this oat milk essentially until I am left with the fibers from the oatmeal. Now, truthfully, I have not tried this by using store-bought oat milk. So I don't actually know the result you would get if you don't use fresh oats and blend it with water. So if you try using oat milk, let me know. Like a store-bought oat milk, let me know, okay? So at this point, my cashews have plumped up. You see how they are bigger than they were before? That is what you want. Cashews are often used to make cashew cream and make things very silky, very smooth, and very thick. Okay, very thick, which is what you want. So I'm going to take the oat milk and I'm going to completely blend in the cashews. You want this to be 100% smooth because you are not going to filter this or sieve it anymore. Honey, one thing I'm always looking forward to, and you guys know, is my delivery from Factor. Factor delivers fresh, never frozen meals straight to my doorstep. With 35 options from keto to protein plus to veggie, you are never getting bored. This week I chose the Calorie Smart because your girl's trying to unbig that back and still eat mac. I also got the fresh juices. They are cold pressed and absolutely delicious. I was so hungry after work, y'all. All I had to do was grab this spicy Southwest style turkey and mac, and in 2 minutes I had a delicious meal ready to go. I absolutely loved it. Head to factor75.com or click the link below and use code 50CAMIRA to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first Factor box. That's code 50CAMIRA at factor75.com to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. And when you try them, be sure to let me know how much you love them. I'm going to take this mixture and I'm going to put it in my stainless steel pot. And I have the temperature on like a 3 or a 4 on an electric stove. This is a medium low heat, and I'm going to constantly stir it. The first thing you're going to notice is that the bottom is going to get thick. And then at some point, which is going to take about 5 to 7 minutes, you're going to see the thickness is going to increase again. And then at about 10 minutes, it's going to be thick, baby. It's going to be thick. The temperature should hit about 160 degrees Fahrenheit. It can be more. What's important is that you need to cook the rawness out of the oats and the cashews, and you want it to become thicker. So the heating it is really important. Plus, this kills bacteria or anything that could be in the water or the oats. Now, to me, yogurt is not yogurt if it's not probiotic. So this is a vegan probiotic that I'm going to use. However, you can also just use a store-bought vegan yogurt that has live and active cultures. Once my mixture gets down to, 130 or so, I'm going to mix it with a spoon to try to encourage it to cool down. I don't want to add my probiotics until the mixture is at about 115, 110 degrees, because higher than that, baby, your bacteria gonna die. Okay, your bacteria is going to say bye bye, baby. They like a comfortable, nice, cozy temperature. And even if you don't have a thermometer, one way you can tell, if you put the back of your hand beside the jar and it feels just warm, kind of like a baby bottle, cuddly, cozy. You can pick up the bottom. You don't need a mitt. I put a little bit on the back of my hand. It doesn't burn. That's when I know it's the perfect temperature. Okay, so as you can see, it is. It's about 115 degrees. It is perfect. It is fine. However, if you want a thermometer, I will link it down below. I am going to take 5 of these probiotics and I'm going to open the capsules. I'm going to put them all in. If you are using the dairy-free yogurt, you can take about 2 tablespoons of your dairy-free yogurt that has live and active probiotics, and you can mix it in. I've been seeing a lot of vegan or dairy-free yogurt creations online, and some of them are not probiotic at all. They actually are just like blended tofu and blended nuts and things like that, or blended oats. To me, it's not yogurt if it is not probiotic. So it's very important to add this. I'm going to wrap up my glass container in a kitchen towel, and then I'm going to place this in the oven. This oven is not turned on. It is not hot. I just have the light on for a second to get the shot. And then, baby, I turn that light right off, okay? We are just trapping the heat in this oven for 8 hours so that the bacteria can multiply and you can get a truly probiotic and delicious dairy-free yogurt. After 8 hours, I'm going to take this out and then I am going to stick this straight into the refrigerator. This is best once it cools down. This is the next day, and y'all, I've already dipped into this yogurt just a little bit. Just a little bit, y'all. That's why you see that little bit taken from the corner. But do you see how thick this is? I was not playing when I said you're going to get a thick dairy-free yogurt. But I am going to show you how to take this to the next level. You really can eat it just like this. But it really is better if you adjust the texture. You know how the ones in the store are very smooth, no lumps. They're very perfect. Well, this is how you get that, okay? First, you're going to mix your yogurt together, just a general mixing, and then you're going to take an immersion blender. I'm just going to use this at a medium speed around my yogurt to blend out any of those lumps. And you're also going to see the texture is going to change just a little bit. It's going to become very smooth. It's going to become a bit looser. And blending this does not damage the bacteria. No different than if you blend some yogurt to make a smoothie. The bacterias are fine, y'all. They're fine. They strong, okay? So don't worry about them. This is how they get your yogurt in the store to get that smooth consistency. So you can do the same thing. After blending this for about 45 seconds, look at this texture. Look at this. If this is not store-bought looking yogurt, I don't know what is. A lot of people ask me, when do you add the sweetener? Well, this is the point where you can add flavoring and sweeteners. So if you want a vanilla yogurt, I would encourage you to get a fresh vanilla bean, scrape out the inside, and add it to your yogurt batch. I don't like to flavor the whole batch at once because sometimes I want savory yogurt, like for a THICC, and then other times I want sweet. But this is what you can do. You can add maple syrup, and this is a vanilla infused maple syrup. You can add it all in now. Or you can do what I like to do, which is to simply just sweeten it in the bowl. Now, y'all don't come in these comments asking me, do this taste just like regular yogurt? Come on now, don't play yourself. I didn't say this was from the cow. Baby, this tastes similar to dairy-free yogurts that you buy in the store. It don't taste like Greek yogurt, with whole milk. Okay, just know what it is and what it ain't, baby, and then you'll be just fine because it is good. I do make a version with coconut milk, and if you like to see that, let me know. I will see you next time in Kamira's Kitchen, y'all. Goodbye, and God bless, and enjoy your dairy-free yogurt.